What's up, KC? It's your girl, Bree, the KC Connector, and I'm back for another Feel Good Friday episode. Now, as you know, this month I was highlighting all Black-owned businesses. So today, we're going to take a look inside and see what these two beautiful women are doing inside of the Blackk Co. Originally, when they started, they wanted to focus on the mental health of Black men. Little did they know, it would turn into so much more. So let's go take a look inside.
Hi, I'm Tamela Rosses.
Hey, I'm Christina Williams. So we are a social club here in Kansas City. We are Kansas City's premier social club where we provide programs rooted in personal development, professional development, and we do a lot of social recreation. We are a membership-driven social club that Tamela and I actually just kind of, during 2020 in May, when everybody was shut down, we were obviously in the house, but it was even a more critical time because we were experiencing an outcry of the George Floyd situation. And so we just kind of talked about that, shared our emotion towards it, and decided that we should do something about it. Both of our backgrounds, I'm a cosmetologist. I worked with several barbers in the past in creating programming. Most barbers are men, although there are lady barbers and some pretty dope ones here in Kansas City. And Tamela has a background, she's a licensed therapist. And so in her practice, she worked with a lot of men. So when the situation with George Floyd happened, it was a very organic way for us to continue to support the men in our community. And we came up with the concept of opening up a social club so that they can have a space to breathe. They could talk about the very challenging things that they experience on a day-to-day basis in the community and just find brotherhood, positive brotherhood to continue to move forward being the men in the community that they are.
Well, originally, Christina had us, and I say Christina because Christina has these ideas, right? And sometimes they're a bit extreme. And so we started as a pop-up social club. And what I mean by that is some of the couches that you see in here, Christina had them loaded on the trailer. This is hilarious. And we would go set up and create a social club scene with some of the things that you still see in here. But when I say these heavy antique leather couches doing pop-ups. Oh yeah, that is her favorite. Every time we're loading stuff. I mean, just at the Juneteenth festival, I'm like, Christina, there's no way that we can carry all this stuff in one car and pack it up. And we have to create an experience.
We have to create an experience. All about the experience. We do. That's what we're good at. And so she just tags along for all of my shenanigans. But essentially, like Tamela said, we definitely got started with pop-ups because, again, in 2020, COVID was still kind of popping up and down. We weren't able really to gather yet. And so when we launched, which was Black Friday in 2020, we went virtual across all of our social media platforms, our website. Come March of 2021, after driving couches around the city, I said, let us reach out to one of our local homegirls, Lucette Walker. She's a realtor here in Kansas City. As a matter of fact, I recommend if you are doing any type of commercial contract, you should reach out to your local realtors so that they can help you find the spaces that are great for you. So Lucette actually is responsible for finding us our first location on 36th and Main. That was a previous rehabilitation physical therapy place, but it was our home, like it was our first home. And so we were super excited about that opportunity, later launching in June 2021 to open up the club for the men in our community.
It's our first real business together. But yeah. Christina, born and raised, eat, sleep, entrepreneurship, that's her thing. And
Tamela, don't let her just make you all think it's just me, because she also is a woman of many hats, as many of us are. She's been doing her thing. I just told you guys she had her own therapy practice. Yeah, nothing is out of reach for me. And I say that this particular venture wasn't out of reach because we were already working with men in the past. So programming for barbers was something that I was already doing in the past. Providing mental health support, especially to Black men, was something Tamela was already doing. So it was organically in our wheelhouse. And to her point, entrepreneurship is something that I do all the time. So taking big leaps, I do that often. She does too, though, and she has stepped out in many ways after being in the medical field for over 20-something years, launching her businesses and leaping in her own way. So
it wasn't easy at first. Let's just be honest. They're looking like, okay, these are two women. Why do you want to help us? What do you
Is this a boom room?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that was the first thing. I can't go there. My wife won't let me come.
Yeah.
But, just walking in and being able to understand what we really are, what we really do, who we really are.
Yeah.
It's been a great success. It's had its ups and downs, but it's been very, very fulfilling.
Yeah, 2022 for us, and because, baby, we needed to bring those dollars in. To Tamela's point, getting very real and very organic. If you are bootstrapping any type of business, you understand that it takes a lot of your time, a lot of your resources, and as much as we wanted to solely start off cultivating the club for the men, it wasn't bringing in the numbers that we thought or predicted that it really would. So really going back to the table and understanding marketing, the customer was really the woman, because she was connected to the men in ways that we weren't. Meaning that may be her husband, it could be her brother, it could be her colleague. Generally, if men know women, they trust those women, right? And not just any woman, right? And so deciding to do that, and the women were ready to become members. They asked for the space as well. And of course, we're women, right? We know how women gather. It's a no-brainer. So we decided in 2022, okay, after going for 2 years solely focused on our men, let's go ahead and bring the women in with the belief that we will continue to grow the club exponentially, and we have been able to do so since opening up and becoming a co-ed social club.
Well, I would say for me, just do it scared. And for me, my thing was, if you're not scared, then it's not purpose. You're not supposed to be doing it.
I think entrepreneurship is innately a part of who we are as women. It makes me go all the way back to the Proverbs 31 woman. It's super important for us to have our own storehouse. A lot of us possess different skills and, you know what I'm saying, ideals, and just we birth. That's who we are. We birth babies, we birth businesses, we birth communities. Like, we just do the thing. And so I would just encourage you, as Tamela said, to just lean into that calling. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can actually get started with whatever you have today. Do not overthink it. Whatever you need, you have today to get started. And if you don't feel like you have the support that you need, then I would encourage you to plug in with the community. One of the best things about a social club is a space where lots of people with different backgrounds and different experiences gather. So if you don't have your community, we encourage you to come down to Blackk Co, where you can find your people and get connected. You can definitely get connected with us. We're available across all social media platforms. So that's your Facebookers. I know everybody's not on Instagram, but if you're on Instagram, we even have a LinkedIn page as well as our website. The best way to get connected, though, is in person. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on socially, scrolling, and it honestly is overwhelming, kind of figuring out like how to connect with people, right? So I would encourage you, if you are in the Kansas City area, to come on down to the Blackk Co Social Club in person. We keep programming rolling all the time. You can find more about that program on our website and our social media pages, because we do post often. If you're not in the Kansas City area, stay connected and go ahead and DM us. If you have any questions, we are the type of women as well as organization where we are always open to sharing whatever we can do, as long as it uplifts, empowers, and encourages our community. So if you've got an ideal, you need a resource, you're looking to connect, if we don't know, we're gonna go find out for you. But otherwise, you know, we wanna be an arm of support for you as you continue in your journey as a woman and as an entrepreneur.
So we do have our Boss Up series. We have Black Man Speaks, as you were speaking of. We now have our summer attraction going on every Friday at 8 p.m. it's our cabana
Okay.
nights.
And so it's always something going on. You don't have to be a member to attend the programs, but membership is the real investment, right? We invest in what we believe in. And when you're in a season of wanting to go to the next level, it's going to take some investment from you. It's going to take financial investment. You got to sow a seed if you want to get something back. It's going to take time investment. You've got to be willing to give your time. Sit before people with wisdom, with information and resource that you may not have. And so I just encourage, anybody watching this video, be willing to invest into yourself. Nothing is free. Even some of these programs are really provided by other organizations in our Kansas City who are funding that so that you can attend it. So never think anything's for free, but just be willing to make the investment. If that means you have to save, if that means you have to ask somebody in your circle, hey, will you invest in me? I'm trying to get connected over here. Be willing to invest in yourself. I personally believe that the future for Black Kansas City is beautiful and bright. I do believe that it's all about intentionality and who you're connecting with and whom you're sharing resources with. I don't see personally the crab in the barrel mentality or the gatekeeping because I don't personally operate in that way. And so therefore my circle doesn't operate that way. I'm not oblivious though that doesn't exist and that may not be somebody else's experience. What I would encourage you to do again is to find your people. And if you aren't quite there and it's something that you desire, make the internal shifts, right? Because we attract who we are. So when you want to attract good, it's going to require for you to straighten up some areas, whether that's professionally or personally, emotionally, and all the different things. But Black Kansas City is on the rise. The Blackk Co is on the rise. We've got some major announcements that we're getting ready to share coming up in the next couple of weeks. And we hope that you guys are in tune because it's going to be something amazing. We're going into our 6th year here at the Blackk Company. And so it's been, to Tamela's point, it's been a ride. It has been a ride from the couches on the trailers to our first location. We're currently inside of our 2nd location. And we've got some major things that are going to be happening within the next, 45 to 60 days that is going to shift us to our next level. And so stay connected to our social media platforms. We are excited to share the information there with you. But what you can always expect from us is a spirit of excellence. So thank you for your support. If you've ever been to the Blackk Co, you've ever held a membership, you've ever pointed someone in our direction, we do not take that for granted. We thank you, Kansas City, for all of your support, and we look forward to continuing making you proud.